In this lesson we will able to identify the contributions of Francisco Arcellana to the Philippine literature by analyzing his literary. Francisco Franz Arcellana was a Filipino writer, poet, essayist, critic, journalist, and teacher. He was born on September 6, 1916. Arcellana already had ambitions of becoming a writer early in his childhood. His actual writing, however, started when he became a member of the Torres Torch organization during his high school years. Arcellana continued writing in various school papers at the University of the Philippines Diliman. Later on he received a Rockefeller grant and became a fellow in creative writing at the University of Iowa and at the Bread Loaf Writers Conference from 1956–1957. He is considered an important progenitor of the modern Filipino short story in English. Arcellana pioneered the development of the short story as a lyrical prose poetic form within Filipino literature. His works are now often taught in tertiary-level syllabi in the Philippines. Many of his works were translated into Tagalog, Malaysian, Russian, Italian, and German. Arcellana won second place in the 1951 Don Carlos Palancsa Memorial Awards for Literature, with his short story, The Flowers of May. 14 of his short stories were also included in José García Villa's honor roll from 1928 to 1939. His major achievements included the first award in art criticism from the Art Association of the Philippines in 1954, the Patnubay ng Sining at Kalinanan Award from the City Government of Manila in 1981, and the Gawad Pambansang Alagad ni Balagtas for English fiction from the Onion ng Mga Manunulat sa Pilipino, Umpal, in 1988. The University of the Philippines conferred upon Arcellana a doctorate in Humane Letters, honoris causa in 1989. Francisco Arcellana was proclaimed National Artist of the Philippines in Literature on June 23, 1990 by then Philippine President Corazon C. Aquino. In 2009, or 7 years after his death, his family came out with a book to pay tribute to National Artist for Literature Arcellana. The book entitled Franz is a collection of essays gathered by the Arcellana family from colleagues, friends, students, and family members, including fellow national artist Nick Joaquin, Butch Dalisay, Rica Trinidad, Jing Hidalgo, Gemino Abbott, Romina Gonzalez, Edwin Cordvilla, Divina Oraman, Doreen Yu, Danton Remoto, Jose Esteban Arcellana and others. Arcellana died in 2002. As a national artist, he received a state funeral at the Libingan ng Mga Bayani. His grandson Liam Hertzsprung performed a piano concert in 2005 dedicated to him. Arcellana's published books include Selected Stories, 1963. Poetry and Politics, The State of Original Writing in English in the Philippines Today, 1979. The Francisco Arcellana Sampler, 1991. For Arcellana, the pride of fiction is that it is able to render truth, that is able to present reality. Arcellana kept alive the experimental tradition in fiction, and had been most daring in exploring new literary forms to express the sensibility of the Filipino people. The names which were with infinite slowness revealed, seemed strange and stranger still, the colors not bright but deathly dull, the separate letters spelling out the names of the dead among them, did not seem to glow or shine with a festive sheen as did the other living names. From the Mats, Philippine Contemporary Literature, 1963. Some of his short stories are Frankie, The Man Who Would Be Poe, Death in a Factory, Lena, A Clown Remembers, Divided by Two, The Mats, and his poems being The Other Woman, this being the third poem. This poem is for Matilda, To Touch You and I Touched Her, among others. In this